Hey, Carolina Tony coming to you from New Market Battlefield in New Market, Virginia, here at a Civil War museum. This place, I think, is going to be fun, but more after this station identification. This uniform was worn by Cadet Francis Lee Smith, graduated VMI in 1867. He wore this uniform in the Battle of New Market. But right here on the collar, you can see this little hole. That's where he was shot with a bullet. He was actually shot twice. And he took this bullet right here and he saved it. And he had it mounted on a little trinket that he carried with him. That's a bullet that almost took his life. The jacket, a model 1855, worn by Federal artillerymen during 1855 to 74. He wore a jacket just like this. In fact, this is the original jacket. I have a buddy right now that's hanging out down in Mobile, Alabama, and this is a picture of the Battle of Mobile Bay, August the 5th, 1864. All kinds of pictures of the soldiers. Yeah, this is a shirt that one of the soldiers, one of the Navymen in the Battle of Mobile Bay actually wore. Still in existence and surviving to today. Here's something pretty interesting. It's a picture of Lincoln. It said during the election of 1860, Northern voters cast 250,000 votes against Lincoln, more than the South did. That's worth repeating. The election of 1860, Northern voters cast 250,000 votes, more votes against Lincoln than the entire South did. On June the 7th, 1864, federal employees learned that they were expected to contribute 5% of a year's pay to Lincoln's campaign. Efficient government spending. Here is an original battle flag of the 10th Virginia Infantry. And you notice how they had the battles that they were in, that they would print on after the battle and carry this into battle with them. We don't hear a whole lot about the soldiers of the late 1800s, but this is a 1898 enlisted man's uniform, pullover wool shirt. This coat was worn by John Durnwoody. He crossed the Potomac with George Washington. He wore this on September 11th, 1777. That is one old coat. Here's a 34-star flag. The 33-star represented Oregon's admittance into the Union on July the 4th, 1859, and the 34th Star of Kansas on July the 4th, 1861. This flag here had 34 stars. It was only used for 2 years. These are some items here that belong to the Cherokee, because they fought for the South. These Cherokee Indians were Confederate soldiers, and yes, they used arrows and tomahawks, as well as muskets. There's a Cherokee cavalry soldier. And these tomahawks were open on the end. Right here you can see they doubled as a pipe for smoking. as well as for killing. In some history books, you hear about a battle between the Monitor and the Merrimack. Well, actually, there was no such thing as a Merrimack. Well, there was in the beginning, but it was scuttled and captured and repurposed by the Confederate States and became the CSS Virginia. Here's a painting, the battle between the Monitor and the Virginia, March 9th, 1862. Here's a sailor's uniform. Some various clay pipes used by soldiers. And even little kids smoked back then. Boy, if they only knew. Here are an assortment of Confederate knives, all sorts of bladed weapons, more Indian artifacts, tomahawks, shields, shoes. This is a pipe axe from 1875. So the head is decorated on both sides with inlaid pewter. Said that Pierre Lorillard started his tobacco business in 1760 New York, making it the oldest in the United States. And there's the mouthpiece down there, and the bowl there, and the tomahawk. Here's a fully beaded Sioux Chief vest. This is from 1870. Complete with shoes. There's a picture of Chief Kicking Bear. He was a Sioux. He died in 1904. Some of his clothing, headdress. This right here is a picture of William Thompson. He was a repairman for the Union Pacific Railroad, and he was sent out to repair a break in the line when he was apprehended by some Cheyenne Indians, and they actually took his scalp, as you can see right there. Get it back so you can see. And they took it completely off, and actually they threw it on the ground or dropped it, and he tried to get it back and have it reattached, but they said there wasn't any hope. But after years of very carefully taking care of his wound, his scalp grew back, but he suffered from male pattern baldness from then on. And actually, he returned to England and he gave the scalp to a Dr. Moore, who is now in the Omaha Public Library Museum for display. Lots of American Indian pictures. A breastplate vest. This is called an Indian Sharps. Said the Sharps was converted from percussion to a 5.52 to 70 caliber metallic cartridge. It is very common for Indians to decorate the stock of their weapon with tacks. This is a leather jacket. It was worn by an Indian scout. Cheyenne arrows. There's a Cheyenne right there. Here's a Sioux rifle bag made from rawhide, covered in beads, and it would have carried a rifle pretty much like this one here. And there's a skinny knife, porcupine quilled knife scabbard right there. Shirt here is on a display titled The Lebensborn Program, 1935 to 1945. December 12, 1935, Nuremberg laws outlawed intermarriage with Jews and others who were deemed inferior. For decades, the German birth rate was decreasing, so the Lebensborn Society was formed. It was to offer pure young girls who were deemed racially pure the possibility to give birth in secret. The child was given to the SS organization, which took charge in the child's education and adoption. Both the mother and father needed to pass a racially pure test. When you were a little kid, did you ever have bang caps and cap pistols and spurs and holsters? Sure you did. But this place has a collection of cap pistols. A collection to end all collections. And caps. Lots and lots of caps. Every kind of cap pistol you can think of. A TV show that aired from 1958 to 1961 called Wanted Dead or Alive stars Steve McQueen. And this is the actual gun that was used in the TV show. An old hobby horse. More cap pistols. Did I say they had a lot of cap pistols? Kemosabe. I don't know who these kids are. You can tell by a smile on her face they love their cap pistol. And hey, I had some gloves just like that. Wow. I bet they'd be worth a lot of money today. Some cap pistols dating back to the 1939. Wow. Here's some old movie posters. Some old cowboy pictures. Well, that place sure was interesting. I want to thank y'all for stopping by and taking time to watch. Be sure to tell your friends, be sure to subscribe, and click that bell after you subscribe so you'll be notified every time we put a video out. But for now, y'all have a good day.